Facebook ads targeting has changed. Lookalikes, detailed targeting with interests, and even custom audiences don't work like they used to. I haven't used these things in years, but I still take over accounts today that do, and they are always underperforming, even if the people don't realize it at the time when they're looking at the numbers in Ads Manager. For example, my latest client came with high spending interest campaigns, and in Ads Manager, they were legitimately showing to have the highest ROAS. But as soon as we got a third-party attribution tool set up, it became apparent that these interest campaigns were actually losing them thousands of dollars every single month, and they were swiftly turned off by me. Performance has never been better since, and I haven't changed anything else yet. So what should you do instead? Well, you may have heard more people recently talking about letting creative do the targeting, and this is something I completely agree with. But most of the videos I've watched highlight that the people teaching it are very new to it themselves, and they're not teaching it to you correctly, which means you may try it and not get good results, and you're going to say that it does not work. I started using creative to do the targeting in 2020, and for the last 2 years, I've not used any remarketing audiences in segmenting my campaigns. So let's take a look at what I've been doing instead. Right, how do you actually make creative do the targeting? So most of the videos I've watched, they'll all talk about calling out a particular audience in your messaging or calling out a problem that that audience faces in order to use the creative to target them. And that is correct, but that's just one tiny aspect of using creative to do the targeting. You have to really do it in every single way. So think about the format of the creative. Is it video? Is it image? Is it long form? Is it short form? Is it portrait? What are the people in your target market resonating to? Okay, so if I'm trying to target a younger generation, I'm going to use the TikTok style of video versus an older generation. Maybe they want more high production, a longer, slower paced video with lots of high quality editing and things, right? Subject demographic. Am I using older people in the imagery? Am I using younger people? Am I using men? Am I using women? Are we using couples? Are we using fit people? Are we using people of a certain race? Whatever that may be. What is the actual demographic you're showing that's going to speak and resonate with your target audience? So the algorithm knows to look for them, and also they stop when they see it because it matches who they are as a person. Dialect. So people who are into like a hip hop type product are going to speak a very different way from someone who's looking at some sort of regal old British country type of product. Okay, so you want to speak the language that they're speaking to so that those people understand it and they're drawn to it. The color of it, you know, what color, gender colors, colors that fit the vibe, different subgroups of society, like whatever. Is it fun? Is it more serious? Like, what is the color? The messaging as well, of course. The culture, so that'll be how you're representing things that are happening. You know, there'll be certain cultures that do certain things that others don't, and you might speak to that in what you're doing in the videos. So for example, I'm from Scotland. Well, we always complain about the weather, so maybe the video is complaining about the weather. We can resonate with that versus someone who's really happy and more like the American style where you're more happy and like loud. We don't resonate with that as much. So we're like more like depressive and serious, okay? The scene, what is happening in the scene? Does it fit that target market's actual life? So if I'm advertising something to people who live a very high-end lifestyle, I'm not going to be showing the imagery in some like rundown, terrible area. I'm going to be reflecting that high-end lifestyle to draw them into or to make them aspire to want that lifestyle, whatever we're doing, okay? And then finally, the style. That's, I kind of talked about at the start. It's more like, it's the same as format. So the style, is it TikTok style? Is it high production? You know, is it very much UGC? Is it graphic? What do those people respond to? And target them with that. So here's some examples. You can see this in play. So the first one on the left, this is from Boom by Cindy Joseph. And they are a beauty brand for older women. Okay, so you can see here, in the image, they have used an older lady, but she's aspirational. She looks like she is very well groomed. She is still attractive. She looks useful. She's taking care of herself. She's healthy. They're trying to target people that want to aspire to be that, who want to spend the money to take care of themselves and look that way. And she doesn't just look like anyone. You can tell this woman she's got money. You know, she looks like she is a sort of wealthy woman from the US, and that is what they're going for. That is who they want to target. I imagine the product is more expensive, okay? And the woman, that kind of woman still cares about her appearance in her older age. She is trying to impress people. This next one, however, is from TikTok, and it is the TikTok made me buy it. So that TikTok made me buy it is not a even messaging theme older people are going to respond to. You know, they're not going to be on TikTok. They're not as invested in the culture or the trends as younger people. And younger people who are a TikTok generation will really respond to the TikTok made me buy it, because that's a trend of TikTok. Then we've also got a TikTok style video. So it's like a tech product. They're using a screen of some gaming computer. So obviously they're targeting gamers. If I'm not into gaming, if I'm a girl that's into like beauty and things, I'm not going to be seeing TikToks of like gaming, lighting, computers and stuff. That is people who are into gaming, who are into streaming. Those are the people that are going to see that. Those are the people who are going to stop on that and watch it. That's who they're trying to target, okay? This next one, Manscaped. So, you know, they're using blue color, blue for man. They have a guy with a big bushy beard. You know, it's not some guy in a suit who's like a corporate kind of guy with like clean shaven. They're obviously trying to target guys who are into having beards. And, you know, those guys are a bit more casual in whatever their job is. Maybe they're a creative person, musician, that kind of thing. They're clearly targeting that with this type of person. It's speaking to the avatar. And like I said, the colors do what it needs to do. This final one, this is targeting people who have older dogs. You can see this is not just a young dog. They're not using a puppy. Their product is for older dogs. So they're using an older dog. Plus, it's for older dogs that are suffering from pain. The dog looks like it's in pain. And the people who tend to own older dogs are themselves going to generally be older because they will have had that dog for a long time. What do they respond to? They respond to this type of picture that looks like it's one of their friends who's taken a picture and put it on Facebook, because this is where this is mainly running, okay? So these are all the different things you can do with creative. And these examples are just the surface. I gave you all those other different things, and that is what you want to go into. You really want to get into who is looking to buy the who's looking to buy the product, and what do they look at when they're on the platforms. And with that, what targeting are you then going to use? Okay, so you're going to use the creative to target, like I've said, but what targeting will you pair it with? Well, you're going to use the default Advantage Plus audiences that you get in the campaigns these days, and you're not going to change anything, not even age or gender. So in the past, people going broad, they would go broad, and maybe even myself, I'd say, you know, if you want to set the age or the gender that you want, my recommendation now is just leave it completely open and use your creative to target the right people. If your creative is not going to the people that you want, so if you have a different age, for example, that are converting better on your website, the problem is not the algorithm. The problem is you're showing the wrong creative to those people, and you need to make creative that speaks better to that age segment you're trying to target. And finally, how to do remarketing. So the algorithm is going to distribute your budget appropriately, and people who are at the top of funnel in their buying journey won't respond to a bottom of funnel creative, so they won't be shown one, okay? So as an example, we're going to have high spend, top of the funnel, and that spend is going to go towards creative types like the problem solution or benefits list that are targeting people who are on the top of funnel. When you have things like testimonials, us versus them, features lists, well, these are more relevant to a more warm audience, and they're going to be more bottom of funnel, where they're going to get less spend. Because think about it, it makes sense. If I don't know I have a problem, and I don't know I need a product to fix that problem because I don't know I have the problem, I'm not going to respond to a testimonial from some product solving a problem I don't even know I have. And me as the advertiser, if I was manually setting up a top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel campaign like we used to do, I wouldn't be showing the top of funnel audience testimonials, because me with my human brain, I know that's not smart to do. So why would the algorithm do it? People think Meta is stupid. You have to remember, this is a almost $1 trillion market cap tech company that has been around for 20 years and has some of the best brains in the world working on its AI. The algorithm knows exactly what your creative is and when to use it for every individual person. Okay, so I go into this in more detail in my course Ads Ace, and I'll show you how you can actually read where the creative is sitting so you can create more creatives to fill up, the different parts of your funnel. So yeah, if you want to learn more and you want to really up your Facebook ads game, go check out Ads Ace in the description. And yeah, that'll take you to a page where you can get more information about it and sign up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you have friends in ecom, please share them the video. It really helps me grow the channel. And thanks again for watching. See you in another one very, very soon.